Okay, I'm gonna start now. Hey everybody, welcome to the first.
He did the clap, bro. He did the clap like in the movie. Shit.
Hey everybody,
That was weak. No. Think. Imagine you're the chef. Okay? Do it like him with that kind of passion. What?
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Big Screen Bros Podcast. We have Chaos King. Say hi. Looks like he's
Jesus,
not in the mood
dude.
to say hi. We have Rook, aka Naps. Say hi, Mr. Naps.
Dude, I'm worried that Chaos took the chef character to heart. Because he got. Look at him. He knows that he's a little bit too influenced by that character, which means he's gonna act like a weirdo this whole episode. Like I can already feel it.
I mean, unlike you two, I was actually watching the movie and not talking the whole time.
And then
Bro,
Just
you were
saying.
talking. You were talking at the beginning, and and through the middle of the movie, you realized you really like that chef character, and you got really quiet.
I
And you
didn't
got
like
really quiet, and then all of a sudden it became like a good movie for you.
Well,
Whoa,
first of all,
whoa.
I was actually watching the movie.
Well, I would like you guys to take a seat back. Let our viewers know which movie are we talking about. So we are
Well,
talking about the movie
First of all,
The Menu.
this was, like you said, the menu. And I think the thing about the menu was it was a menu. First
Great
things
review. I think we can end it there. Great
First
review.
things first, but yeah, the Break Stream Bros. And we watched the movie, and it was a good movie, I'd say. Not the first half, but the second half.
Yeah, the first half was basically essentially
Yeah,
setting it
but
up for the
then
second half.
as it got going towards the end, it really got good. Like towards the end of it.
The characters did a wonderful job of
Eh.
expressing themselves, especially the
But literally the
Great
second
chef.
half. Literally the second half. Once the dude from
X-Men.
once he
Hung
went
himself.
night, it got good.
Yeah.
Oh, that was way later on, though. That was way past the middle part.
Yeah, once he went night, it got good. Like
I
I think
th-
after he whispered in his ear and he hung himself, I think it really got good.
I think it started to get extremely intense the moment we were presented the course that people did not like, the one without the bread. You know which one I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, the no bread course.
Because that
Uh,
is when the problems started to happen. People started to say like, "Hey, we would like some bread," and they were being told, "Chef
See,
decides what
I
is
don't
on the
know.
menu."
I think that once it really hit the part with where the Asian lady, I don't remember her name. When she took her off to, he was like, she took her off to the scene where she was like, you can't go to the chef's private chambers or wherever. And it was just the two of them, the Asian lady and the girl, off to the, I guess the replacement girl, the replacement date. Once they went off, that's when it really picked up for me.
That was way later on.
Yeah, like I said, the first half of it kind of sucked.
I
It didn't
I
pick up
like the
so
first
much.
half.
I actually
I-
enjoyed it.
I think it goes well with the second half. It's like a great
Yeah.
introduction, and then they change the whole tone of it.
See, I completely
Oh.
disagree.
No,
It completely
because the
changed for
thing was
me.
that in the first half they were just setting like, "Oh, it's a food movie. Oh, these are all the pretentious people."
I don't even think it was a food movie.
They're going to fucking present.
It's like a psychological thriller masked as a food movie.
Yeah, and then like the thing was that the way you realize as the way all these people conduct themselves, like, oh, something is wrong about this. Like there's something off about everything, and then you sooner as the courses progresses and the memories hit, that's when you realize, oh, you're in for a wrong thing.
I don't even know if it was actually the memories though. Like realistically, it was once the old dude from like I said, once the dude showed up and he was like, somebody called me, and he was like, oh, I know you, and then it got picked up for me.
Oh, so bro, that's towards the end. Like that's way
Yeah, like
I keep changing the scene.
no, I really
saying,
am not.
this
I'm
is
not.
when I started to like it.
I'm not changing the scene at all. If you were actually listening, like literally, the end of it was the good part. The beginning of it kind of sucked. It wasn't
No,
until the
I'm not.
end when the old dude showed up, and he was like, I'm an actor too.
I was interested in it when I said that when they bring that plate with that which had no bread. That's
See, that
where
part
I
was
first,
stupid. That part was stupid to me.
no,
I
that
don't get
part
what you're talking about.
that part for me reflected the motives of the chef, like the disdain that he had for them, and that's when it gradually starts to change into like a darker tone.
See, I
So I
completely
think,
disagree on that.
agree to
but it's the
disagree,
truth.
agree,
It's
bro.
the truth,
Yeah.
though.
I wouldn't say that.
I think for me it was like that's when you see like the subtle transition from like normality to insanity.
Exactly.
Was beautiful.
You see, that
Sublime.
part was completely normal to me. Like,
enjoyed
I think
it,
I
though.
think that
Bro,
y'all
bro,
were
just
they're
kinda,
literally no,
Y'all
y'all were
listen.
kinda sucked into normal. Y'all were just stuck in a movie.
No, listen. The most abnormal thing for a restaurant is to not give you bread. They give you bread for everything and everywhere. Okay, and he's like, no bread. Okay, so how is that normal?
Bro, what restaurant do you have where they just give you bread? The
Every
fuck?
restaurant that I've been,
Hey, watch
it's
your
like,
language,
God,
bro. Watch your language, first of all. The restaurants I go to, I don't get bread. So I don't know what you're talking about.
They always like, for example, if you go to a barbecue restaurant, they would have a bread there.
I don't like barbecue.
If you go to
yeah,
the Brazilian,
we're not talking about your individual experience. We're talking about in general.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I don't. The barbecue,
in
the
Olive
bread part
Garden, they have
meant
free
nothing to
bread.
me. The
They
bread
always
part meant
put the
nothing to
bread.
me.
In India, whenever you go to the restaurant in the center, there would be
I've never
bread.
been to India.
Yeah, you must.
See, he doesn't care. He just says, "I never had it," so no, your point
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
matter.
I mean, if you go
well,
to,
that's the
I
thing
mean,
because you're saying every restaurant they give you
even
bread.
in like
That's not
It's
for me.
tradition.
if you go
It
to
tends to be
Not for me.
tradition.
bro,
Never
if you,
for me.
if you go to a tradition, bro, I went to like a pizza restaurant in Georgia, and they had free bread there too.
I don't know what restaurant you're talking about.
I don't go there.
I don't.
That's-
So why would I
that's what he's gonna
recognize
say.
that?
Okay,
Why would I
fine.
recognize that? Bread
You
isn't a
okay?
common thing for me because I don't eat
You don't-
bread.
Don't you eat burgers sometimes?
Sometimes, yes.
But those have bread.
But I went 3 years without eating bread, so that doesn't really mean anything to me.
That's a weird flex. Why would you mention that?
Because my literal doctor told me not to eat bread, so I
Okay,
didn't.
no. Okay,
but
because
Because it was
you
actually
almost die. You almost die of the diabetic shock or whatever.
Well, yeah, that's what my doctor told me not to eat bread, so I didn't.
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
And then I started back eating it because I got hungry, and I was like, oh
and then you
man.
started going to restaurants that were like, we have no bread policy. You ask for
No,
bread,
I
you
don't.
get
I don't pay attention to
pizza.
that.
No,
No,
he's searching Google. He's searching Google. Which restaurants don't give you bread?
Yeah,
I
And he
literally,
decided to go
back
to
then.
the.
I literally don't do that. I just didn't eat bread.
And then he goes to one restaurant. They are like, sir. He's
No, I
like,
literally, I was
today
literally
I'm
hungry,
craving
and I ordered bread.
Okay, back to the movie part. So, the movie.
Like I said, for me personally, it didn't pick up to me till way towards the end. Like once they got to the scene where
for me,
the
movie,
Asian lady and the replacement date lady went off to that scene and they fought, I guess.
for me it was like different courses of a movie. Like first you don't get like what you're in for, then the second course it starts to set in, then the third course is where you get the psychological action going on, the fourth course is where you get the the comedy with the humane element, the fifth course is where you get the
What
action, the
comedy?
thriller.
That's a real question. What comedy did you see? I didn't find anything
This
funny.
movie, this movie has tons of comedy, a
Yeah.
joke here and there.
Like Tyler's bullshit, for example, when Tyler
Hey,
gets
watch
that
your language.
horrible
Watch your
food.
language first of all.
No, that's
That's
the
what it's
course.
called, though.
That's the course.
Yeah,
See,
yeah,
you
yeah.
didn't even
Watch your
pay
language. You
attention.
gotta say, you gotta say
You
the
didn't
course
even
number.
pay
Watch your
attention
language.
to that, my man.
I was there the whole movie,
Hmm.
but watch your
Tyler's
language.
bullshit
Just
with
say
the
the
name of
course
the
number.
course.
No, don't say the name of it. Just say the course number. It's very easy.
It was a supplemental course, like the burger.
It was called Tyler's Bullshit. All right, that's the name of the place.
Watch your language, though.
It had the undercooked lamb, the inedible shallot.
Look,
the
first of all, he's not even a cook. First of all,
and
I know.
of cohesion.
You know what you know what I like though. He did a better job in this movie than he did in Reinhardt. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Or no, whatever. What was it called?
Yeah, right.
Reinhardt.
yeah, Reinhardt. Well,
Yeah,
that's not.
that movie he sucked. In this one,
Well-
at least he was like obnoxious. You know.
Well, he started out obnoxious from like he was like
He
he was like, I'm paying for the meal, so you shut up. And I was like,
He
dang,
was-
that hurt.
Yeah, that was
I
kind
know.
of chat. That was a mega chat move.
He was
Yeah.
he was one of those guys, you know, who watch too many cooking shows and they think that they can cook, and when actually
You?
asked to go, bro, I
You?
actually cook, and people
You?
ask me to cook for them.
That's what he said too. That's what he said too.
No, but nobody asked him.
No. You know what's funny? When that scene was happening, Ash was like, "Oh no, come on, bro! That's not how you chop. Come on, like you would do a better job,
Of course, I
wouldn't.
would, bro. I cooked.
bro.
During-
Chopping is chopping, all right. Chopping onions is chopping onions, all right.
Yeah, literally. 'Cause,
You
like,
don't
when
have
were
to be like
talking,
a pro.
well, it's just you don't. He cut them too wide. He cut them too big. You got to cut them small. That's the whole
I
what
thing.
got
I'm
him.
saying. Like, it was
I cut
horrible.
them pretty wide. I don't get.
Plus, it has to be evenly cut so that the cooking
Yeah.
is consistent.
It's just you cut them small and tiny, and you go fast. But he was just cutting them really wide, and everyone was like looking at him like, "What the
Bro, he
heck?"
didn't even
He was
cut
like,
the lamb. He just let
Yeah.
one part cook and was like, "Oh, it's done."
To be fair though, I do like my meat very rare.
Bro, but it's
I would
raw.
enjoy it.
It's not even rare. It's raw.
Yeah, because he couldn't cook. Like he the whole thing about the movie was that first it was like you had a bunch of people who they were rich, but none of them could actually cook, and they were just like like when you watch a movie, people
Pretentious
just start
people.
they pretentious. They act like they know what they're talking about, but they really have no idea.
Some
That
of
was
them
the whole
do.
point.
That one of them, they were food critics. He was like a.
No, that's the whole. But you could tell none of them knew what they were talking about because they're all saying different things.
Oh well, yeah. I would say the only food critic was that bitter old lady.
Hmm.
The mom, or
No.
No.
The one that you were simping for. Whatever she said, you were like, "Oh, she's right." The blonde.
the blonde short hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
No, she's basically the character of the Devil Wears Prada in this movie. She should have been Meryl Streep, honestly, but it's basically that character as a food
You
critic.
didn't say strip. Meryl
Isn't- is the-
Strip. Meryl
Yeah,
Streep.
Meryl Streep. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I guess that was like wishful thinking because I do find her kind of hot. She's old,
She was
but
beautiful. Honestly,
Bro,
yeah.
She was in Ozark too. Remember?
she was. That's right. You're right. She was. Well, yeah, like that's the whole point of I guess the movie was they're all bad people.
Yeah, but I like the first part because again it has a build up to it. And first you have that course, and then you have the course with the tortillas, and they're like, "What is this?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then they start to expose them. Like, oh, if it wasn't clear before that the chef has disdain for them, it's really clear now that he's almost like extorting them in a way. And everybody was like, "What?"
Also, the rest in peace meal. It was funny. Like the critic was like, "Oh, it's just part of the act. It's nothing more than that. It's just theatrical element added to enhance the experience of the food that you were going to have."
Yeah. Just like I said, but just for me, it didn't really pick up till the end, or not
For
the
me-
end, like till the.
Well, for me, obviously, when it becomes really jarring is when they do the mess. Remember that dish, the mess?
Yeah, the mess.
And right before it, he gets the sous chef, the sous chef is like the second one in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's the second one in charge in the kitchen, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
He,
Um.
he's the
So
solution.
Bro, do you think you can be like me? No, I don't want to be like you. I can't be like
No,
you.
no, I say I don't want that life. I say because they were portrayed by Mexicans in the film, and
Well, I wouldn't
Yeah.
go that far. They seemed like I didn't really see color or race in this movie. You did, I know, because you're.
I saw a black girl.
Right?
One of the cooks was a black girl.
Yeah, well, that doesn't. She was more than black to me.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
like,
part, that part really changed the tone. Like it became really serious. That's like, okay, we're gonna step it up a notch. And the guy just killed himself. For the art, for the arts.
You see, I don't know why, but the second, like, it was obvious something was off in the restaurant, but like I felt like it was obvious he's gonna kill himself the second he appeared.
Yeah, that was like
I
was
didn't
waiting.
see it coming.
I even mentioned that he's gonna kill
Yeah.
himself when they
Yeah.
rolled over the white cloth. I was like, oh.
Yeah, like the second he said like sous chef, like
And,
I felt like, oh, he's gonna kill himself just because the whole.
especially when he was like, "Hey, would you like? Are you happy with your life? No, chef. Would you like to live my life? No, chef.
No. Like that was the first thing when he asked, like, "Would you like to be on Earth?" I was like, "Well, of course he wouldn't."
Would you like to be the red dragon like me? No, chef.
No.
We were joking around about the red dragon character, but he actually became a psychopath. The chef.
I mean, was he really a psychopath?
Yeah, he was really bitter, and everybody was gonna pay for it.
I really
It's so.
enjoyed his character. I was like, oh, he basically wasted his life because his last line, well, thanks to be part of the ruin of my life. That was good.
Yeah, and by the end,
Like a real chef wouldn't have even been like that. Like a real chef wouldn't have even gone that far. You would have just not done all that.
but by the end, I don't know if you guys probably noticed the people that were getting killed, even them, they were into it. They were like, "Thank you, yes." They were like, "Okay, we're gonna die.
Well,
We're gonna die in this
because
piece of
remember.
art."
So I guess the main point was that the main girl who was the replacement of the X-Men guy's date, she's the one when she finally was like, I want my sandwich, freaking what was it, cheeseburger?
Yeah,
And I was like, I want it to go. And she looked at everyone else, and one of the ladies, the old lady with the really short hair, she was like, go on, go. Because she was like, she didn't want to say, I want my meal to go, but then she looked at her and she was like, she nodded at her to leave, to go ahead and do it. Because they were all like, well, we're stuck here, we're going to die anyways.
Also, the scene where he's like, "Why won't you eat? Why won't you eat? What about my food displeases you? What didn't you like?" In the toilet when she's like, "Oh fuck, can't even smoke."
Yeah.
And the
dude, at that moment, I really thought he was gonna sexually assault her. I swear to God, when he opened that bathroom door, I'm like, "Oh my God, she's done for."
See, I didn't think that at once. Because you could already tell.
Bro, what kind of man barges into like a woman's bathroom and
Well,
then instantly locks the door?
we forgot to paint the picture, which was that all these
Yeah.
pretentious people were asked or invited to dine
Yeah,
in
to this
this
island.
restaurant and get the best experience of their lives.
Yeah.
You know, I actually, for me, I started to like the movie as soon as they got into the island and she shows them the bunker for the staff.
Yeah.
So you
And
liked
she's
it from
like-
the beginning.
I did like the Asian lady. She was, she was cool.
I wouldn't say she's Asian.
No, but she was very stern. She had a very stern face, and when they got into the bunker, the way that she talked, like I said, it gave me cold vibes. You know what I mean? And from that moment, I started to get interested in like the people in this island. You know, and
Yeah,
why are they?
You even called out that it was the good dude's mom from the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and she was very miserable around the. And at one point, the chef says they could never please her, which I totally relate to because I have that kind of mom. Whatever I do is just not good enough. But I wouldn't kill her. That's for sure. I'm just putting that out there in case you find it dead. It wasn't me.
Yo, next week. Oh, my mom, man. It's like, wait. What'd you say?
It's
Oh,
not
my
me,
mom.
though.
She's got.
If you see me in the news, that's not me. It's just a guy that really looks like me. Yeah, but yeah. As soon as the beginning started with the whole island and it had like a creepy vibe to it, it was an unsettling vibe, but it still wasn't full psycho vibe yet. You know what I mean?
I didn't find it creepy.
I found it unsettling, not super creepy. But then it transitioned to be a little bit more creepy. And when they say "We love you, chef" and all that, and as soon as Voldemort showed up, I'm like, okay, this is getting a lot more creepier.
I really don't pay attention to actors. I didn't even know that was Voldemort.
Bro, it's Red Dragon and Voldemort. Every time that guy shows up in a movie, something bad is gonna happen. He's not a good guy. He played a good guy in Made in Manhattan, which is like a romantic comedy with J. Lo. And that's the only time I ever seen him being a good guy. It's like seeing the guy too, like William Dafoe. Every time you see William Dafoe, you're like, oh shit, something's about to happen.
He was also good in the Grand Budapest. Kingsman as well.
I love that movie, bro. I love that movie. I honestly do love that movie. And it has both of them, and it has Ralph Fiennes and William Dafoe in it. So that's
John Leguizamo. I don't like him.
John Leguizamo.
I just watched the show with him, and he just kind of ruined it because he divorced his wife in it, and I was like, wow, you're a jerk, bro. But I did like him in what was it, Mario, Luigi? Yeah, I liked him as Luigi.
As the original Mario, that movie sucked, bro.
Speak for yourself. That was a great movie.
For me, John Leguizamo is just a bit oversaturated, I guess. I mean, not like Kevin Hart.
He's a real Spanish man.
No, I'll give him this. John Leguizamo is a very talented person. All right, he was a dancer. He was a stand-up comedian, and his stand-up wasn't actually bad. And then he started making a lot of movies, and he kind of plays the same kind of wise ass character in every movie.
Or the guy who knows stuff, but he's off grid. Like in John Wick, he was the guy who's like, your son killed John Wick's dog.
Yeah,
I mean, he did.
Bro, John Wick is one of those franchises where I think I saw the first two. There's 4 of them. Yeah. I haven't seen like four of them.
Look, it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse every movie for me.
Like, that's not true, bro. Look at Fast and the Furious. It got them better and better, and now they're in space. I think. I don't watch those films, but I'm pretty sure that Vin Diesel is now in space.
They did go to space, and that's terrible.
So another thing that was interesting was like the way the restaurant was, the aesthetic of the things that they were there in the restaurant. Like they nailed it.
Yeah. Like for me, it felt like the last maybe 30-40 minutes. Like y'all was saying, like you're like, where's Charles? Where is he? Like I was sucked into the movie at that point.
Oh yeah, it got more intense and it sucked you in. That's true.
But like I said, it wasn't the beginning part of it. Like the beginning part, I got the gist of it, but really for me, once the once the boyfriend died or the bad boy,
well, he was not even a boyfriend. He was just using the services.
He just brought her there. Like once he was dead, it really picked up for me.
Bro, you know. Was that I really wanted to hear what he had said, because that would have been like how he made him feel so worse that he was like, okay, I'll just fucking hang myself.
No, that's
you can't cook, boy. You're just like Ash. You just think you can cook.
No, he probably was like, do you really think that someone like me would ever give any kind of importance?
Oh my God, Ash, Jesus! That sounds like something you want to say to somebody. You revel in that, dude. Well, it's like something you want to say to somebody.
I think that maybe in the end, they should have actually because we already got the chef was evil or whatever, so they should have maybe towards the end just cut off a scene where we can hear what he said to him to get him to kill himself.
No, I think it's better if you don't show it because that's like a movie tactic that you use. They used it in Lost in Translation at the end. He
And
whispers
old
something to
Saw
her.
movies where they would just like say that something bad happened, but they won't show it, like in the first Saw movie. So like the absence of it leaves it all to the assumptions or whatever thought
Exactly,
process
yeah.
of
And that
the viewer, and
See, I
they could
completely
just drop
disagree. I
violence.
completely disagree. Because
of
look,
course you can.
I guess the guy, dude, was a stupid to begin with. We already got that gist, but like, what did he say to really get him to kill himself? Because like, no one killed him, no one stabbed him. Like, people were just stabbing each other in this movie. Like, really, like, I guess he loved the dude to begin with. Like, he got that whole gist. Like, he was like, he loved the chef. So, what did he say? Was he like, was he like a Gordon Ramsay? Like,
I didn't particularly care that much what he said because I got the gist of it.
well, that's
The
because
point
you're an
is,
asshole. You're an a-hole. Okay, that's why.
hey ho, okay. No, the point is that by not saying, by not showing what he said, or like, you can tell how much influence he had over him. And that guy, that character, the X-Men guy, I from the
I like
beginning.
how none of us know his name. We're just like, yo.
X-Men guy.
I like how Beast. What was that his character? Beast. Well, Beast was he really loved the chef.
Bro, we're real. That's how real people talk. I could Google his name to seem smarter, but I'm not going to. It's
But
the
he's
X Men
not
guy.
worth it.
You know what's crazy? I have the movie name. I don't even see his character on there. He's not even. They got every character but him on there.
No, you know what though? I actually thought he did a good job in this film because ever since from the beginning of the movie, he's disagreeing with the girl. Like he's being very
Yeah.
pretentious and obnoxious, and
Mhm.
that's kind of his character. He's like the ultimate pretentious suck up, and he looked up to the chef
Yeah.
for some reason.
He's
Like,
a guy,
like-
you know, like you have like so let's say you are like a YouTuber or something, and then there's a guy who sees more into you than it actually is, and always tries to do something to get
Yeah.
your attention. He's that guy.
Yeah, like
He was
literally
seeking
once
validation.
once the
Yeah.
Asian lady showed up, she was like, this isn't the person you actually brought here. This is some random girl. Like, where's the actual lady? And then he's like, oh, my bad. I forgot to tell you about her. Like he was
Yeah.
just there.
He probably thought that
He just wanted to be there.
She's some escort. Who the hell would care about
Yeah, but at that point we didn't know she was an escort. We just kind of just kind of assumed that it's his
Well,
girlfriend.
I wouldn't call
something
her
like
an
that.
escort. She was just
Oh no, she was totally an escort, and she was fine with it.
look. She's not an escort. She is a woman of the night. Okay.
How is that better than the word escort?
Look, it was nighttime when she
A
left the
woman of
island,
the
okay?
night. Is she a vampire? What the hell does that mean?
Well, look. It was nighttime when she left the island, okay?
Yeah, she enjoyed a nice cheeseburger too. It looked awesome.
It did look like a good cheeseburger.
No,
She
but
did-
the fries had no ketchup, so and she didn't have anything
Look,
to drink,
I think
so that's
that
gonna be a thing too.
a good fries don't need ketchup.
Nah, you need ketchup. With
No. Good fries do not need
Technically,
ketchup.
if a fries
like-
has some other
Like
seasoning
curly
and
fries.
salt.
Curly fries. If curly fries are made right, look, that's our whole thing here, guys. We are all potatoes, and if they're made right, you don't need the ketchup.
If somebody knows about potatoes, it's us. Alright, we're the experts on potatoes.
Look,
And you know what? Chaos. I agree with you in a way. Because like I make some fries and I haven't put ketchup on them because I season them a lot. I add a lot of herbs and they don't need ketchup.
Yeah,
But
like
so,
if you need more than salt to add like flavor to it, so that you don't need ketchup.
Yeah.
Like piri piri fries, they are fucking.
yeah, but if you're getting McDonald's fries, you gotta eat them
Oh.
with ketchup.
Oh yeah, 100%. But like,
McDonald's are definitely.
they're good, but like after like 5 minutes, you need ketchup. But
Or
Right.
you need some kind of sauce, some kind
Yeah.
of condiment to like go.
But-
along.
And you know what's funny? Throughout this whole movie, I was thinking this movie should be called "This is why you should eat at McDonald's instead," because this kind of
Well,
stuff,
yeah,
No,
this
but-
kind of
but-
stuff
but-
doesn't happen in McDonald's. It just doesn't, you know.
But the
Imagine
thing
you
is
go
that
to
that
McDonald's and you see Voldemort there.
that cheeseburger, that cheeseburger was like a quintessential part of like
Yeah,
small family restaurants. You
yeah.
would get like a cheeseburger, fries on the side, and a Coke or Dr. Pepper, whatever you want.
No, bro, it's the humble beginnings moment. It's the ratatouille. Ratatouille do it better. All right. It's like, oh,
Yeah, but
this is my
Ratatouille,
when I was happy,
Ratatouille was about anyone can cook.
especially a rat.
Yeah.
It was a rat that cooked, and it was better. Okay, that movie had more emotion than this
No,
one.
Ratatouille is it's like a classic.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic movie. I hope they don't decide to make a live version of it.
They did. They literally are. What are you talking about?
Oh my god, I would love to see that. Are you kidding me? Hell yeah, go for it.
Didn't they say they're making a live action Ratatouille?
No, I didn't. I don't think they are.
I feel like I heard that. Like, well,
There
first
was
of all,
like a
didn't
parody
it-
of it where but it was like a raccoon was there instead of rat. Like there was a raccoon sitting on the yeah.
like you can't even hide a raccoon. First of all,
Raccoon. No, yeah. But, I think we watched it, right? Remember? We watched the movie.
Yeah, there was in the movie.
Everywhere, all at once,
Yeah,
and there was a raccoon.
exactly.
Raccoon.
It was like a parody.
Raccoon.
It was like a
Yeah,
raccoon. You're right. That's true.
well, yeah, like I enjoyed the movie.
Yeah, I too.
I enjoyed this one. I'd say this was probably one of the better movies we've watched.
Especially after the torture you have made us go through chaos.
Yeah.
Reinhardt and the
Hey.
farewell.
Look,
That was
Look.
pain. That was pure pain.
Yeah, that was painful.
but the menu, I'd say we all enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Especially,
I enjoyed it. It was a
But
fun movie.
what would you guys what do you guys think about the performances in the movies?
I
like from the chef?
I love the performances. They were
Yeah.
all nice. They all had the best thing. Yeah, like I would say that there wasn't like horrible performance by anyone. Everyone did their job that they were supposed to.
Yeah.
The Latino
Like-
guy running around, funny. That was fun. The guy from Little Sunshine, that was a horrible movie. Like the face, like he was like, that's understandable when he was like, why am I here? I didn't do anything wrong. And he was like, because I watched the movie. And he was like, I didn't direct it, yeah, but you
it's
acted.
like I
it.
hated
You
your,
ruined
I
my
hated that
Sunday."
movie.
And then he was like, yeah, like that makes sense. Like, yeah, okay. Like he didn't ask like, why didn't you invite the director instead? He was like, no, it's your face that burns and haunts me. And when he said like, even now, it makes me feel haunted.
I mean, see, this is why we don't need to give writers raises because they write so many bad movies. They make so many bad movies, and guess what? It ruins the character for us.
Cut it out, cut it out.
Bro, what do you even need writers? You can just use like an AI and write you the whole script.
Take this part out. Oh no, don't put that in there.
No, I support the AI. I'm all for the uplifting of the Android revolution, bro.
Is that the AI trains itself from the data that's already there, so it cannot create new stuff. All it can do is like jumble or make a zigzag story out of like all the stuff.
Even better, more
See that?
recycled stuff. I really like the performance out of everybody. The weakest ones were like the three bro guys. Because
Because
Chinese,
like
They're
like
all-
theirs was
yeah.
kind of random. Out of everyone, theirs was kind of they were the whiteiest.
yeah. Then you had the married couple.
Mhm.
The guy was cheating on her. I did like that you got a little bit of time for everybody to know everybody.
Yeah.
Know what
You
the
know,
situation.
it makes sense like why he was like completely against the idea of her thinking like her daughter looks like the substitute.
Oh right, like the
Because
escort.
he was using her as an escort service.
Mhm.
That's
Yep.
why
That's
he
true,
was
that's-
like,
that's true.
don't say that, don't make it weird, lady. I already know what I did to her.
Yeah, they were like the stereotypical rich people that were rich parents. They don't even know their kids. They don't even know what their kids are up to.
It was funny, like you know, when they said which hand, I thought that they're gonna cut his whole hand, but they were like, oh, just cut the ring finger. And
Yeah. Oh,
Also the angel guy, like we saw him, like we saw those wings being taken, but we were like, oh, they would be for something, and then we saw him, and at the end the gift bag had like one of his finger. That was
Yeah. Oh,
Wait, what?
I was happy they cut his finger off. It was funny that they brought it up at the end, like this was his.
Yeah.
And his fingers in one of them.
Yeah. And like
Yeah.
the ending scene was beautiful. The decoration on the floor, it was amazing, and especially when they burnt.
Well, I wouldn't say beautiful, but yeah, it was nice.
And the insult that they give to the
What was it? S'mores?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
so-
well deserved. I don't like s'mores at all.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't think the whole island would catch on fire. Like we said, how it go looking backwards at it, like the whole thing's on fire. It's like, oh, they actually lit the whole island on fire. Like they did more than what we thought.
Yeah.
So she kind of had to not just get out the room, but she had to get out the whole island, which adds to that.
You guys remember? The other cookie movie that we saw with the Asian girl?
Hunger.
How many cooking movies have we watched, bro?
Bro, it's all thanks to Ash. That's what he likes.
No, lie.
Hey,
Hunger
hey.
was from Chaos. He said that.
I really don't remember.
Nah, bro, it was you. It was your movie. It was your movie, Ash.
Look,
No, Hunger was Chaos. Remember?
It was you,
mine is
bro.
the cooking movie, and Chaos did it last time, so I switched it up with the movie where like those friends were stolen some
Yo,
money and the hitman.
why is it so hot in here? What the heck? I'm sweating.
My point is that in that movie the chefs were miserable too, and the whole kind of like lesson of the movie is like once you become a top chef, apparently you become miserable because you become a perfectionist that doesn't really appreciate anything anymore.
That's true.
You're just looking for 5 stars, and it's like very depressive tone on chefs.
I mean,
Honestly.
well, you can only, well, I guess the cooking, like, I guess, yeah, that's fair.
When she actually said that, she actually challenged his cooking. She was like the only one in the room that had a plan to escape, honestly.
Yeah,
Because all of them were just
that's
laying
why he
there.
said like you guys could have left if you guys tried any harder.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you
one
know,
thing. Like, you had, how many people were there? Like, maybe like 12 of them in all?
Yo,
I guess these
but the
chefs
thing
were in
was
good
that
shape,
these
but they
people-
could have fought back.
Yeah, these people were like they never really did anything in their lives. Most of them were like they were all from privileged backgrounds, so they were not used to fighting for stuff.
Yeah.
So that's
And-
why they all gave in easily.
Wait,
And
but do you guys feel bad? Do you guys feel bad for any of the people that died?
I don't
No.
feel
I don't give a.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't give a fluty flute.
I don't give a flute. I don't give a. No, I did feel bad for the one girl that was like John Leguizamo's assistant.
Yeah.
I was like, why was she
She
doesn't
was
seem
cute,
like a
bro.
bad person.
She was
Yeah,
cute.
she was cute and she didn't seem like a bad person. Why should she die?
She was the one who was like, hey, let's kill everyone.
Yeah. Oh, hey, that's the thing about life. Like, if you ain't gonna fight, that's the whole point was y'all could have fought back. Y'all could have done anything and probably could have gotten out of here alive, but they didn't. So at the end of the day, that's on them.
Yeah.
Like they didn't
Yeah.
want it bad enough. Like they just kind of wanted it handed to them that they wouldn't die. But when you have someone who's going out their way that much to ruin your life, you gotta fight back. And only one person did. So hey.
Cheeseburger. Also the
See,
final,
dude,
the final menu item. I like how they wrote in the ingredients: the chef, the staff, and the customers.
Hey.
yeah, bro. When she came out with that plan, she's like, "Can I get it to go?"
Yeah.
It was like a Hail Mary kind of plan, and he was like, "Okay."
Also, the thing about good cheeseburgers is when you take it home and you eat it at home watching TV. That's the complete experience of the cheeseburger.
What are you talking about? I don't take it
tastes
home.
better
I
to
finished
go,
it.
bro.
I finished it there. I don't.
Yeah, I
take
finished
home.
it there.
To
Yeah.
go.
Like literally,
Or
I don't
in the
ever
car,
have a to go
in
box.
someplace. It doesn't feel that good in restaurant versus the car. Like if you eat.
What are you
it.
talking
Yeah.
about? What are
It
you
feels
talking
better in the
about?
cart, and it feels better in the cart. And you can eat
Y'all-
it there.
Y'all don't finish your food at the restaurant? What?
We take it to go, my boy.
I don't get
Depends.
it.
It
I don't
depends.
get I never take food home. I finish it there. I would have died.
Bro,
Okay,
don't
look,
you eat
3
at
months,
home like
I would have been dead if I didn't fight
You
that.
eat-
I would have died.
bro? You eat like 90% of your meals out of Uber Eats or some shit like that.
But anytime I go out, I
You
finish
don't.
it there. I don't take food
Oh,
home.
that's why.
I
That's why
finished
he
it there.
never saw the bread because he doesn't go out to eat. He orders it at home. That's why.
Exactly.
He
Anytime-
forgot that
bro.
was actually a thing.
Bro, if I go out, I don't get bread. First of all, I don't get bread. But if I go out,
Bro,
I finish my food. Like I don't take to-go boxes home. Never. I've
You
never
like-
taken a to-go box
You-
home.
you're like very ignorant. You're very ignorant of the amount of bread that there's out there in the world. It's like to you, it doesn't exist.
The amount
But there's
of
a
free
bunch of bread out there, bro, and it's everywhere. Everybody's eating it
I
all the
have-
time.
Bro, I have
Yeah.
ordered from Uber and they gave me free bread. And
I don't-
and it
why
was
would
an
I-
Italian
why would I
restaurant.
want bread? Why do y'all want bread? First of all, like what is with bread with
It's
y'all?
not that we want; it's just everywhere.
Bro, I don't order bread on Uber.
Don't even order, bro. Sometimes they just throw it free. Like when, like there's one Italian restaurant. Whenever I order, they give 2 breads and a marinara. Okay, so it's time for us to rate. I think we have discussed all the cool scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good movie. We all enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We all enjoyed this movie.
What you gonna rate, Chaos?
I give it like a 7.5, honestly. I really enjoyed it. I give it a 7.5.
What
Like I
about
said,
you, Rob?
I was telling y'all to shut up while we were watching. it. I
Yeah,
was like-
yeah. That really happens.
I was getting sucked into it. So I enjoyed this. I'll give it like a 7.5.
What about you, Mr. Rock?
I'm gonna give like a pretentious review. Okay, so get ready for it.
Okay.
That's
Uh,
a first.
This movie had the essence of like a horror psychological thriller,
Oh,
but
this
it also
this dude just said essence.
Yeah.
Ryan's, what was his name? Ralph Fiennes'
Yeah.
performance was delicious, to say the least.
Well, technically, he did become the food. so yeah,
Intoxicating.
it's delicious.
It was intoxicating.
No. To be real, I like one thing that I like about movies, and one of the things that I come to judge movies by is like the lingering feeling that I have after I watch the movie, right? Because some movies I watch and they're completely forgettable, like that Aquafina movie. Like I erased that
Yeah.
right out of my head as soon as I watched it.
Yo, that if you hadn't said it, I would have. I didn't even remember that movie. If you hadn't said that.
Right, but this movie left me like an eerie feeling after watching of like I was kind of jolted a little bit, and I like that. And the overall movie kind of reminds me too that you don't need like a huge budget to make a good movie. This movie couldn't have got that much because all it had was like practical effects. It didn't have CGI.
Well, the island.
Anywhere?
They were. I guess they were actually had to go to a. Maybe not an island, but they had.
I think the shots of the island were different, and the restaurant thing is just the set.
Yeah, but the point is like a very simple movie, kind of straightforward to make, but you make it interesting with the plot and how you layer it with like being a cooking movie, but not really. It's it is a cooking movie in a way, but it's also like a psychological thriller. I would give it a 7 out of 10. Honestly, I was gonna give it a 6.5, but good enough to be a 7. For what it is, it really works. You know.
Okay, for me, it's like I actually would give it an 8 out of 10 because I enjoyed it. I love the actors' performances, and the thing for me is like these kind of movies, it all relies on how good the actors are and how you drive the story, because you don't go
Yeah.
out. There's not much changes in the scenes and stuff. They are all stuck in one place. So
Yeah,
I like that.
so,
when they
so
do it
yeah,
right.
like for that to be captivating you, like it has to be good, and they did it, and that's why I enjoyed this movie a lot.
I would say though, Ralph Fiennes' performance, it was like your usual Psycho type. He nailed it, but it wasn't like a super great performance or anything.
he wasn't a
It was like
psycho.
No,
Why y'all
like-
keep
he was
attacking
a
him? He
psycho.
was just a normal chef.
Yeah, like this was more like in a way, like, you know, he had the psycho side, but he also had the humane side to it as well.
No, it was like somebody wrote the script, okay, and then he said we have this killer psycho guy who would kind of fit that vibe, and somebody saw Red Dragon. It's like Red Dragon guy. Obviously, that's the vibe that we were going
Somebody
for
saw
here.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody was watching Red Dragon, and then another guy was watching Harry Potter, and then they said both at the same time, "Ralph Fiennes," and that's how they get. That's who they got. He's a great actor, by the way.
Yeah, he's
And
a
that
good
guy,
actor. Like he has
and
a lot of good movies, like his Coriolanus. Even though that movie was like a Shakespeare movie where they all talk weird, but his acting in that movie was phenomenal.
Hmm.
yeah, but he's kind of like Anthony Hopkins and like that Silence of the Lamb movie. He's like this refined psycho character,
No,
which
Silence
doesn't.
of the Lamb, Anthony Hopkins was nowhere refined. He was a crazy freak.
Bro, he was a psychologist. He drank wine while he ate people. All right,
Bro,
that's pretty sophisticated.
I think I think the one thing we can all agree on in this movie, like besides the acting, red wine over what red wine is not as good as white wine.
Nah,
I
I disagree. Red wine is
I
better.
disagree too. I don't know what you're talking about. Bro.
The best red wine versus the best white wine.
Red
Come
wine.
on,
I don't even drink.
I'll
Cheap
take
red
white
wine
wine.
versus
I'll
cheap
take
white
white wine,
wine.
bro.
Cheap red wine.
You two are your normal white girl. That's what you two are. Okay.
Okay,
Are you
whatever,
kidding me?
bro. We like our wine red.
I like my wine white. I like my wine like I like my women white. Okay. Y'all take
Okay,
care.
the truth is out.
I was just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. Beat me out. Okay. Let's take that whole part out. Don't put this.